Hello, back in my workshop. It's been ages, or it seems like ages. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been in here. I've just been so busy. The last thing I did in here was that hat and coat stand that I built out of that pallet and that gas bottle. And then last weekend I couldn't do anything because we had my granddaughter who were babysitting. So I had my 4-year-old granddaughter, and they take up a lot of time, to say the least. But it was nice to have her. So anyway, you got to do your bit, haven't you, Grandad? And then I was working away yesterday. I stayed in Slough last night, so I was watching the guys from Weekend Shedhead and Small Workshop Adventures, Mark and Rob, doing their new. It's not a podcast, but it's like a live stream. So that was quite enjoyable. That's every Thursday night. I'll put a link below to that, because if you're into sheds and into doing things in your shed, it seems like a lot of like-minded people, old men, grey beards, grey hair, stuff like that. But just a general chit chat about working in your shed, and it was really good. Anyway, so I spent most of the time driving today, back from Slough, which took me about 6 hours to get back, with the roadworks and traffic and one thing or another. So I just thought I'd make a quick video about where I get a lot of my materials from. Now, I call it snaffle when I get something from that's left over from a job, or that's surplus, or that's going to go in the skip, or we're going to give it to the scrap man. I call it snaffle, and I didn't really realise it. I thought it was a bit of a slang word. So I actually googled the word snaffle, and I'll read to you what it says. So the dictionary definition of it is: take something for oneself, typically quickly or without permission. Shall we snaffle Bernard's sherry? So, I mean, I don't take things without permission, but yeah, snaffle, a great word. To take things that are left over. So yeah, that's where I get most of my gear. And I'm just going to show you some of the snaffle that I've had, I don't know, last couple of weeks. It doesn't take long. Once you get a reputation for taking stuff, people actually go out of their way to save it for you. So I end up with loads. I mean, I have ended up in the past with so much that my garage is just full of it, so I've had to clear a lot of it out. So while I'd say I'm selective about what I take now, I try to deal with it straight away, whereas before I'd put it in my garage and it'd stay there for years. If I don't need it, I'll either strip it down and I'll get rid of the scrap and weigh the scrap in, or I'll burn the wood, or use things for rags, clothes for rags. I can't think of whatever else I get. It's mainly that kind of thing: scrap metal and scrap wood and things like that. On top of all the pallets I get, I've got pallets coming out of my ears. I've got more pallets than I need. So yeah, so I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that I've got over the last couple of weeks even. I'll start with these. I got these today. And like I say, I drove up from Slough today, and when I got back, my mate at work said, "Oh, we're putting these out for scrap man. Do you want them?" Yeah, so some really useful metal bars, about almost a metre long, 900 long, something like that. 16 of them. There was 18, but my mate wanted 2, so he's took 2. But I'm thinking they'll be ideal for window security bars. That piece there, that bar there, runs all the way through to the other end, so they are solid, and they're quite weighty. So yeah, amongst other uses for them, I'm thinking security window. Another thing I've got today, look at these. I've got 18 of these. Now that is about 6mm by 20mm steel, and it's about 250 long. Look at that. That was for some screen brackets in Slough, and they should have had a hole drilled in the bottom here with a threaded hole, and they didn't have them on, and we took them down a few weeks ago, so the supplier has had to supply some more of these with the hole in and the threading. But these, again, they were just going to go out for the scrap man. So I'll tell you what I'm thinking about doing with these. But what I could do is chop off the top of one of these canisters and then bend these legs out, drill a hole through, so I've got 3 . So if you can imagine, 3 legs with the bottoms bent out and the top cut off, and that'd make a lovely planter. It'd even have a hole in the bottom for drainage, if you take that off. But you know, where would you get a planter like that in a shop? You know, where would any manufacturer spend that kind of money on that quality material to make a solid steel, solid aluminium planter that'll never rot? I think I'm going to make one of them. I'm definitely going to do one of them. I don't know when, but I'm definitely going to do one. Might do one this weekend and do a video on it. But yeah, that'd be great, that. So I've got 18 of them. Another thing somebody gave me the other day, a crossbow. He didn't give me any arrows with it, but he said, "Here, do you want this?" Just found it somewhere in his garage. Yeah. Anyway, not really into crossbows, but it's something else. I found this in the skip the other day. I don't even know what it is. But it was in the top of a skip. It's never even been opened, so I'm going to open it now. Just a couple of steel tubes. What there? About 5 foot long steel tubing. Don't know what I'm going to do with that, but it'll come in for summer. This one I was quite excited about. Stainless steel. That's about 7 foot long, that. Stainless steel, and I've got 3 of these. Again, they came off something that was getting thrown away. We had to throw it in the skip. It was an old unit, and we had to break it up. And I asked lads who were working with, did anybody else want it? Did they mind if I take it? No, fine, take it. So yeah, 3 lengths of lovely stainless steel. That'll come in for summer. My dad's neighbour gave me this, would you believe? Record steel 34. Needs a clean up, but I don't even know what that means, record 34. I know record is a good vice and they've got numbers on. So it's 34, the model, I don't know. But I think that is quick release as well. Anyway, I'm sure maybe somebody will tell me. It's got a spring-loaded catch there. I think that's for quick release. Anyway, not bothered about that just yet. Just a couple of examples of other stuff that I've had. Steel wire. Got this out of a clearance. I bet I got this 10 years ago. And I've never done a thing with it. It's just hung on my wall. And I've always thought, one day, Rodney, we can do something with that. And here's just another few bits. Some old oak kitchen doors. You know, no use in the kitchen anymore. It were actually in a house that had just been sold, and it had been empty 12 months. And the kitchen was in an extension and it had a flat roof and the roof was leaking. So it's leaked onto the kitchen and damaged a lot of it. But still it's going to be for sale. I mean, yeah, the hinges and the handles are all knackered, but the wood's good. And just another quick thing I got. I actually got that when I collected all them oak beams from Facebook Marketplace. I got 3 of them, would you believe? And I'm thinking of probably a tabletop for my bar out of that. But I think I need a chainsaw with a longer belt on it, you know, a longer blade on it, so I can cut that down. Because I don't know how I'm going to smooth that off. Maybe with a router and a jig on top and just go over it. Yeah, so I just wanted to, I don't know, validate where I got stuff from really. Because I always seem to be getting stuff. I think once you have a reputation for taking stuff, people actually save stuff for me now, you know. And if I might go to a job and take some out of a skip, and people will say, oh yeah, there's some more of them coming up, or I'll save them for you, or whatever. You know, I'll go back to job sometimes 6 months later, and people will say, oh, I saved, you took them things the other day and I've got you some more and I've saved them for you. And you think, yeah, brilliant. But I think a lot of that comes down to being, you know, right with customers and going the extra mile with them really. Just being right with people. Anyway, listen at me. So, Snaffle. The other thing I was thinking about when I was driving up, I was thinking, oh, I'll make a video on Snaffle. And I was thinking, you know, the different way that people say Snaffle. So up where I come from, which is sort of the north of England, we say Snaffle. Further down south you get, you'd get more of more of the accent. They would say Snaffle. So up here it's Snaffle. Down in the London area it's Snaffle. And it's weird when I was trying to say it in my van today, because I do some stupid stuff when I'm on my own. It's where you have your tongue in your mouth. When I say snaffle, when I come from, the affle comes from the back and the bottom of my throat. But I think the more further south you go, the snaffle comes more from the top of your mouth. So it's snaffle and snaffle. I'm guessing probably some of the American viewers are thinking, what is he on about? They might not be able to tell the difference, but I'm sure in England, if you try it yourself, snaffle and snaffle, and just feel where you make that word come from. The A, snaffle comes from the top, snaffle comes from the bottom of your mouth. Anyway, it's not a language lesson, is it? It's a DIY, useless to useful, I don't know, mess about in your shed channel. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting. So I'll try and get a build made this week. If I get a chance, I would like to make that plant pot, because I think that would be pretty good, and I don't think it'd take too long to make. So yeah, my next video might be a planter out of these. Anyway, just a quick one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again later. Bye.